What's up, everybody? Freebooter here, and this is some Nintendo stuff that I sold during the weekend. Alright, first we got this Game Boy Advance. This is a milky pink Game Boy Advance console, and it has some scratches there and there. It's got a little yellowing going on, and it's missing the battery cover. So in really good shape, these go for like $30, $35, up to like $40 once in a while if they're in mint condition. But this one only sold for $20 because of the issues. Like I said, the scratches, the yellowing, and the missing battery cover. And there's some scratches on the screen guard, so they might end up replacing this. But other than that, everything works perfectly. All the buttons were tested, everything works good. But 20 bucks right there. Next, we sold this Game Boy Color, and there's some stuff wrong with this one as well. The screen guard is in pretty good shape. There's not any serious scratches or anything like that. The sticker's messed up, and this is also missing the battery cover. Oh, you know what? Excuse me. This actually was missing. The speaker on this is not working properly. So they're going to have to replace the speaker on this. So that's going to cost them a little bit of money. Anyways, you can get like $30, $35, $40 for these if they're in really good shape. It really depends on the condition, because they might have to spend some money on it themselves after they buy it. So 20 bucks for that. Next, we sold this Game Boy Advance SP. Now these are one of my favorite things to sell because you can get an easy $40 for these with the charger and everything if they're in good working shape. And I find them all over the place for like $1 or $2 or $3 or something like that. People don't really see the value in these a lot of the time. Now everything on this works perfectly except this right trigger right here does not work at all. Now I don't know how they're going to fix that. They might have to do some soldering or buy some, oh, come on, focus camera. Yeah, I'm not really sure how they're going to have to get that working, because usually I've fixed these before, and a lot of the time when there's something wrong with it, you can, if you press harder on it, it works. This one does not work at all, no matter how hard I press on it. So like I said, everything works good except for that R button. And so I'm not really sure what they're gonna have to do. I got 30 bucks for this, no charger included or anything like that. So yeah, keep your eye open for Game Boy Advance SPs. You can still make money even if they don't work perfectly. And as you can see, it's all scratched up and stuff. That doesn't really matter. Although you can definitely get more money for it if it's in better condition, as is the same with all this stuff. Next, I sold this Nintendo DS that my camera hates, doesn't want to focus on. It's all wrapped up, as you can see. Now this DS is actually in really nice shape. So these have actually gone down in price a little bit. The Game Boy Advance SPs and Game Boy Advances have actually gone up over the last few years, but the DSs, I think they've gone down a few bucks, because I used to put these up with a charger for 40 bucks, and they used to sell almost instantly. Now it takes them like a day or two. So it did come with a charger. I got $40 for it, and that price is the price that if you want it to sell within a couple days, that's the price you want. I sold another one that was almost exactly the same for $35, but that one was more scratched up and stuff. This one is pretty nice. Keep your eye open for any Nintendo handheld stuff. Alright, next we sold some games. So we got Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. Always keep your eye open for Kirby stuff, whether it be the Nintendo or the NES or the Game Boy or whatever. It's a it's a good selling brand, just like Mario or Pokemon. Game Boy Advance, Kirby Nightmare in Dreamland. And this is the same. All the Game Boy Advance stuff, because it's so small, people underprice it a lot more than they do the Nintendo or the bigger Super Nintendo or NES or N64 stuff. So you can find the stuff really cheap, like $1 or 50 cents or something like that. Next, we sold Pokemon Yellow. Now, I've picked this up a ton of times because there is a million of these out there. Millions, actually. Pokemon Yellow. Now, this actually saves. This game actually fluctuates in price a lot, so you really have to do a little bit of research. It only takes a couple minutes to see what it's selling for. Now, I wanted it to sell fast, so right now, this only sold for 20 bucks. Like I said, it fluctuates in price. So I've actually sold this up to $35, and sometimes I've seen it sell for $40, but it really depends on how popular Pokemon is at the time, because like when the newest Pokemon game comes out, every time the games just like go up in price, and then they slowly go down in price, and then they'll shoot up in price again when the another new Pokemon game becomes popular. When Pokemon Go came out, all of the Pokemon games just like shot up in price. But I remember when I first started selling on eBay, this game sold for $30. All that's easy. It was like within a day, within an hour or 2 hours, it was $30. And if you wanted to get $35 or $40 even for it, sometimes if it was in really good shape, then you could usually get that if you wanted to wait a few days. But right now, $20, it sold really fast. I actually got this in the lot with the Game Boy Color, and I paid $5 for 2 Game Boys and a bunch of games. So even though I only got $20 for it, it's all profit. It's easy to list, easy to ship. I mean, everything, and easy to research. Everything is just easy about this kind of stuff. Next, we got Pokemon Silver. This came in the same lot. And this doesn't save. So if this saves, it actually sells for about the same as Pokemon Yellow. And that's the interesting thing, is Pokemon Yellow used to be way more expensive than Pokemon Silver. But these days, Pokemon Silver looks like it's going for a little more than Pokemon Yellow for some reason. I'm not really sure why. However, this does not save. So when you get Pokemon, you got to test it out. You don't have to if you don't have a Game Boy. You can just sell it as is. But I tested this out, and it doesn't save. So if it did save, you can get an easy $20-25 for it or something like that. As is, it doesn't save, so they're going to have to get a battery, open it up, and put a new battery in it. And it's going to cost, or I sold it for $15. Free shipping. Next, I sold this Nintendo DS game, Sonic Rush. Now this sold for around $7, free shipping. And for most items, I usually don't sell anything that cheap. But a Nintendo DS game is so easy to list. I mean, it's so tiny. You can fit, 200 of them in a tiny little box, so they're even easy to store. I really like selling Nintendo DS games. They're just so easy. The easier stuff is to sell, the more money you make, really. Because the easier it is to list and everything, the faster everything goes. So I can literally list probably 100 of these in an hour, or maybe 2 hours. I've listed probably 200 of these games in under 2 hours. They're just super, super easy. And that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. I'm out of here. Peace.